All right, thanks, Natalie. This morning on Today's Money, are you paying too much in property taxes? The National Taxpayers Union estimates that up to 60% of homeowners are paying taxes based on inflated home values, a mistake that could end up costing you up to $5,000 a year. So how do you know if you're one of them? We've got Vera Gibbons. She's an Msnbc financial analyst, and she's joining us. Hey, Vera.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
So you're saying that if you are assessed for more than you should, there's actually something you can do about it.
Right. I mean, a lot of people had their homes assessed during the bubble years, 2005, 2006, and they don't think that they can actually fight their property taxes. In fact, only about 3 to 5% of people actually appeal. But you should be considering appealing if your taxes are too high. And one of the first things you want to do is go to the town hall and get a copy of your property card, otherwise known as a field card, because all of the information contained on this card is what the assessor used to determine your home's value. So square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. It's public information. You're entitled to get this card. Go ahead and take a look at it because the error rate on these things is very high. The National Taxpayers Union says 30 to 50% mistake rate, inaccuracy rate on these cards. They may be assuming, for example, you've got 3 bedrooms when you really only have 2, that you've got a finished basement when in fact you don't. You may have gone out and taken a permit to get a renovation, to do a renovation. Maybe you didn't do that.
Do you think that they're also under pressure to make more money?
Well, that's part of the reason why property taxes are up. I mean, they have budget shortfalls they've got to contend with. They're not getting as much aid. Some of these states don't have income and state tax, so they've got to make the money up somehow. So property taxes are on the rise, even though home values are down about 30% from the peak and could go down another 7 to 9% this year.
So you say know your neighborhood, so you have a sense about what your house is worth.
Right.
You also say ask for a reassessment because that's important.
Yes. First of all, you really need to take a look at comparable homes. What homes in your neighborhood have been selling for? Comparable in terms of age, location, amenities. This is where a site like Zillow can really come in handy. Take a look at 3 to 5 properties that are similar to yours, and if you find that these homes are assessed for 5 to 10% more than yours, then you might in fact have a case.
Okay, and then after you ask for a reassessment and you don't get it, you can still file for an appeal.
You can still file for an appeal. I mean, the process does vary from one area to the next. So you want to find out how the appeal process works, what forms you need, most importantly when the deadlines are, because you may only have 30 days to file an appeal, you may only have 60 days to file an appeal, but generally you've got to put something in writing, submit it to the county board, why you think your assessment is too high, and then you want to provide supporting documents showing why you think it's high. This is where the comps come in handy, this is where the property cards come in handy, various photos, you've got to point out your home's flaws, all of this stuff. So you do have to do a little bit of legwork.
And you also say that if you're still unhappy, you can talk to your local lawmakers. I mean, really, is that going to do any good?
Well, this is when you have the whole appeal process, right? So you're going to sit down and actually make your case. You don't want to gripe about taxes. You don't want to complain about taxes. You want to just tell them very reasonably why you think your taxes are too high. You've got to be able to actually make your case. And there's no shortage of professionals that can help you make your case in front of the appeals process, but they're going to charge you a pretty high amount of money. I mean, a flat percentage up to 50% of your tax savings. So better off going alone, making your case. Some of these boards are more sympathetic to homeowners that do go it alone, and just stay confident. I mean, you've got to stay confident here. 1 in 3 appeals actually end up in some sort of tax reduction, and the tax reduction on average is about, up to $5,000, so $200 to $5,000. So if you've got a case, a year, if you've got a case and can make it in a calm, reasonable way to the board, you could potentially lower your taxes. And in this environment, we could all use a little extra money, right, Ann?
Vera Gibbons, absolutely trying to save us some money. Thanks so much, Vera.
Thanks,